something like this. It's got like some sort of thing going on here. And it's just gonna be a sea of books in the background and the dodo's on the ladder. I'll stop the stack there because I'm not sure if I want it to be like grabbing the books and throwing them down. You know, like annoying. This is how rage quitting looks. I was thinking I was gonna have like a little rail here, but now I'm thinking no. Right, it's time to throw some green in. Here's what I'm doing, and I didn't express it out loud. So I'm doing like a little fairy tale, majestic kind of, like this guy's running to him, they're gonna have a happy hug. I'm done. Right, so this happens. Stretching it. I just haven't put this down from updating my last update for a Patreon video. So I'm just gonna hold this here and remind you that I've got a colouring in book series, but this artwork has nothing to do with my colouring in book series. Or if you feel like going to Patreon and buying a video, there's no subscription, or tipping me somewhere. Anyway, yeah, artists. So I have always noticed that some people are on autopilot and they just walk around dead inside. And like, this has always been a phenomenon because I have that Stefanova song, The Pusher, and they're talking about how people walk around with gravestones in their eyes, and that was before the internet was really a thing, back in the 80s. I'm pretty sure it was the 80s. So it's always been a thing. There's always been people that are just on autopilot, just not really finding anything that they're passionate about and just being like, okay, turn on the TV. And then the past week and a half, it's just been weighing on me a bit heavier, but I would put it to, because the internet just makes me sad. All these people on the internet are just so upset with their lives, but like band-aiding it. And so like, I think it's the algorithms, they're really showing me how everyone is just so obsessed with AI, and it's kind of like, go with me on this one. So 5 years ago, COVID happened, and it's interesting that all the astrologers like saw it. They're like, oh, everyone go inside. Like, what's going on here? And then, but after that, the astrologers are like, that was just the prequel. We've got something else coming up. But the COVID skeptics, they're all like, no, we're not going to fall for that again. But then I see it as like, okay, so everyone just really went inside and then they just sedated themselves with all these dopamine hits from the internet. And now it feels like they're all going in for a lobotomy and they're just destroying their brains by making AI do everything for them. And it's kind of like, well, I guess the government would be okay with this because they seem to be banning YouTube and not AI. So I'm just kind of like, wow, everyone is just so dead inside. I just can't, like, I have to get off the internet. I have to run away into the wild, like. No. So I was thinking, because it's kind of like you people are also my muse. But then, like, obviously my videos are not filled with dopamine hits, so it's not you specifically. But I have this huge frame, and on it, I want to do a really romanticism style kind of painting, like really detailed, really realistic, of a woman just like floating up and being like, oh, you dead people. But I might do a different, much smaller idea, because yeah, everyone knows I'm about to relocate, so I'm kind of like, should I start it now? But I really want to start it now, but we'll see. I don't know where this idea is going, but this is the idea that I have. That's it. The danger with AI is not that it's going to turn to, we're going to put it in robots and they're just going to start shooting us. The danger is the fact that it's wirelessly going to lobotomize you and destroy you from the inside like a goddamn virus. So this means that I'm not going to be using the big frame because it's just, like, when I finish an artwork, I expect it to stand still for a long time, not relocate. So no big frame, but I'm excited for that one. I'm going to start it as soon as I can. I have this smaller one over there. There's just black on my yellow. I put the black lid on the yellow. It's alright, it's just the base coat. had an idea for this artwork. Or an additional idea, I'm not sure how I'm going to put this in. So imagine you go back in time and you, like, to the 1950s or something. I don't want to pick the 1950s. Say you go to the 1930s. I don't want to pick the 50s because all the feminists keep bringing it up. And I have an artwork idea about the word feminist because everyone's ruining the word. Anyway, say you go to the 1930s and you go to a store, you get yourself a dictionary, and then you go up to any old Joe on the street. You pick the smartest one or you pick the dumbest one, and you go, hey man, this dictionary can rearrange its words into any combination. Will you let it write your homework for you? All it can do is rearrange words. It can't think. But you think it can think. No, you know it can't think. No, you know it can't think. But you know it can convince you that it can think. I'll put a dictionary in the artwork. Right, time to paint. I don't know how to paint this. Man, I just looked up dodo birds and they look kind of creepy, like some sort of like swan pigeon dinosaur. Right, so it's a pretty fat bird. Something like this. It's got like some sort of thing going on here. Put it up for sale now. Alright, well I'm just gonna do the gist with white because I'm getting the vibe that no one knows what colour they are. Right, I've just finished that and I'm onto focusing on this one. I should start a new artwork, but I'm also about to relocate, so I don't want to be relocating mid-artwork, but I kind of am always painting. Anyway, I also have some extra thoughts for this, but I'm in the middle of painting mode and the thoughts will come back to me in a minute. Well, I know this is going to be skin color. I don't want purple, I'm just using it. Yep. Well, that's a lot more blue than I wanted. I was going for pink, but like a purpley pink, and fuck. This was a terrible choice of brush. Look at this. Oh, I'm not gonna get the edges there. Okay, I got the colours on there. I don't want it to look like this. I don't know what I want. Maybe I want it white? I want it pastel. I don't know what I want. I'm going out adventuring and I'm thinking I'll wash all my brushes and give this some UV so that I can come back and put a fresh layer over it because I'll just be smudging around some purple for ages if not. I could also work on the background, but either way. I'm gonna make the hands look like hands tonight. Probably not with outrageous blue nail polish. It really does look outrageous in this footage. This is going well. I had a thought, because in Australia there's this internet company, I think it's just called Dodo. I think it is. I should know, I was with them once. And they have a blue-pink dodo, kind of like this, and it's kind of like, you can see it really question what color it is. So that's kind of a concept within itself. It's going okay. I think I'm going to put some orange in. Yeah, I'm not sitting in silence. I have a podcast on about ancient civilizations. Time for the background. I'm going to start here. Yeah, just a bit of shade first. This looks a little average. It's just a dodo with some human hands. Like, that's all it is. There's not really much going on. And I don't like it. So I'm kind of like, should I just wrap it up and be like, cool? I don't really want to. I want to think something up. So I'm going to sit here and think really hard. 10 minutes later, I've got an idea. So I saw this and I was like, this is cool. He's enjoying the library. And then I thought, like, could I have the dodo on the library on the ladder instead of the guy? But then I was like, no, kind of, but a close up. And then it's just going to be a sea of books in the background and the dodo's on the ladder because it's like, well, I'm better than these books. I don't think that I want the ladder to be like so regular. I'm thinking maybe I want it to, because we can't really see it's a ladder. It kind of looks like a stool. So I'm thinking off into the distance-ish. Somehow. I don't like the way it is. I'm forced to take a break. My other SIM card's also full. Okay, it gives me time to think. I only have half an hour left for today. Right. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I like this artwork at the end. I'm removing the ladder, and I just need to change it somehow so that it doesn't look like I've just randomly crammed it in. And these look like walls now, so I'll make it look like books in a little bit. Back to it. I don't like the stance of this. So I'm thinking, like, I know every time I look back at this, I'm gonna be like, I knew better. And I do, but it's just a fight of, do I change it versus I can work with it. Change angles. So, yes, no, I do know better. I am escaping in a few days, so I'll redo the background and then I'll come back to this in like a month. I'm gonna miss the artwork. Maybe there's room for it in my suitcase. That'd be fun. We'll see. So first thing I want to do is redo the background. I'm starting again. I'm rage quitting-ish. I think the giveaway that I'm a bit like not so proud of it is there's a guy coming to help me move the washing machine tomorrow. And this artwork's not going to be here. And there's going to be no artworks to prove that I'm a good artist. So I'm kind of like, oh, if that's the only one out, he's not going to think I'm a good artist. So I'm kind of like, no. If one artwork has to represent my whole body of work, I want them all to look fantastic. So I'm not happy with it. That's the, what's it called? The canary? That's the canary in the cave? Okay, I feel a bit limited with the canvas. But it's not really, because I could just make it smaller, but I don't want to make it smaller. So this is what I'm up to. I'm gonna throw, so I looked it up, dodo birds are like a dusty blue. So the head is going to be watching us, facing backwards, like that. And then it's going to be hands, like human hands, walking up a stack of books. And then another stack here, and it's gonna look uncomfortable. That's not the color I wanted. I wanted a book color, and I just went to town with the black. So I'll start off with the books, and this time I don't want, like, I'll have some, what's it called, spines facing me, the viewer, but I don't know which ones yet. I'll stop the stack there because I'm not sure if I want it to be like grabbing the books and throwing them down. You know, like annoying cats would do. Cats are not annoying. They're funny if anything. But you know, like what they would do, they'd like fucking knock it down. So maybe. Finally, all set up, ready to go. I love these floors, they look fantastic. Right, I'm thinking I'm just gonna have like I need it spaced. I need this bird to be really uncomfortable. Right, it's been a while since I cracked open these paints. I did paint in Europe, but I'd normally go titanium white because it's more pigmented, but because my zinc wires dried a bit, as you can see. It's gonna be useful right now. All right, I finally got to it. All right, I have joint pains, so this is gonna be left-handed for a little while. Nope. Okay, it still came out pretty zinky. Right, I did a little bit of shading that you can't see at all. Maybe you could see it in the video. I don't know. I'm feeling red covers. Or should I continue the stack? No, I'll do some red covers. Okay, maybe one there. Maybe one there. You know what? I'll just put some paint here. This is not a good brush for this activity. Look at it, because it's thicker. Well, it's just kind of fanning out a little bit. It's not ideal. But this is just I'll come back with it one of these tiny brushes. That's where we're at. Focus. This is how rage quitting looks. It's beautiful. It's magnificent. Look how wonderful this paint looks. It's not meant to be white. It's just. This reminds me of, what's that artist's name? Sydney Nolan? Ned Kelly's face. Okay. I need, yes, it's a requirement. I need stairs. I'm not ready to paint them, but I ran out of my true colors to paint. Let's see how much detail I can get in. I don't like the direction of the stairs. I want it more like, as if you could see my stairs going down. I'm more like that, but reflected. Just look at my stairs. Right. Oh damn, that's a bit red. Yeah, whatever, it's stairs. I'm gonna throw lots of lighting on this anyway. So, whoop. That's what it's gonna do. And then this, I was thinking I was gonna have like a little rail here, but now I'm thinking no, maybe, but no, maybe, or not. Right, it's time to throw some green in. Here's what I'm doing, and I didn't express it out loud. So I'm doing like a little fairy tale, majestic kind of hidden staircase in the middle of the jungle, and there's gonna be like half a car here, half a car here, and they're gonna be merged into the landscape. I didn't really say that out loud at all, I don't think. So that's where I'm going with this. And yeah, so this is not the colors. I'm just having fun at the moment. I've really got to get like a solid color. I've got to mix it and then throw it on each band here. I was looking for some green to see if I had any of these odd ones left over, and I don't. So I'm getting really close to only mixing primary colors. I was just thinking like, oh, which brush do I use? Because I would normally go for this one, and now I'm thinking, I hate this brush, but I have it if I ever just need to put paint on the canvas. So I'm thinking I'm gonna use this brush because I can do, watch what I can do. Now I feel like a 5-year-old being like, Mom, look at me. Okay, this is a terrible green. I need to mix more black and white. But this is where I'm going with this. Yeah? And then I do that. I had a thought, have I already I don't think so. Maybe I painted something similar. Let's go to, I'm gonna pause the music. Okay, I was looking up Sasha's natal chart. I was like, is he a Scorpio? There we go. This artwork is the only artwork that has been lost. Which I am upset about, but it's I can't get mad at the people. I'm not allowed to. Whoever has this artwork, just tell me it's not lost. Okay. No, they're different. Right, at this point, I want water, but okay, so it's not gonna be blue, it's not gonna be cheesy water. It's gotta be like black and white and a bunch of reflections. And I'm feeling lazy, so I'm just gonna use this brush. There we go. This was a mistake. I just gotta work with it. I do want depth, but this is a lot of depth. This is the black hole in the middle of the sky. Right, that took forever to what's it called? I forgot the word. Gradient it. Took forever. Because the paint in the background is already dried. It's at that sticky point here. Which is a fantastic point. That's my favorite because it means I can paint over it, but it doesn't mean I can blend. That's the word! Everything's going to be shiny in here. Super shiny. Right, I'm done for the day. It's a little upsetting. 3 hours. But I kind of need to be because I need it to dry. Because right now it's very pastel-y-esque. And I want real depth. I really want to like attack it with color, but not saturated color. Not vibrant. Depth. If you catch my drift. I also dropped my SD card because they only fill up 2.5 hours, and I'm very worried that we just lost all the footage. Alright, you know how I made my Dr. Evil table in this new house? I have room behind it, and I'm just gonna run some things through DaVinci and go not do computer activities at the moment. There it is. Hey, man. That's not it. Alright. It will be recognized. It's just whether the files are corrupt or not. I want you to see my excitement when I see that it's working. Excellent. All right. That's amazing that I did that much in such a little time. I'm going to make a cool background because I kept starting to think and being like, I want cool things here. Great, they're not corrupt. This is fantastic. I also didn't hear the camera click, so we missed a little bit. Ooh, awesome. Haha, I get to paint. I'm so excited to paint. It's like 10 a.m. I have no idea what the time is. Maybe it's 10 a.m. Timer set. Terps. I want yellow. I don't know if it's too soon for this. Maybe? I just had an idea. I could keep the concept and do a horse with a dodo head. Or something like that. Right, that's today's work. It's looking a little average, but it's definitely better than yesterday, and I put one leaf there. Next day, I haven't touched it yet. Oh, that part's gonna be annoying. Focus. Okay, well, I want to focus on the leaves anyway. So this little muddy mess is fine. So where I'm standing with this is I don't like the color scheme. I don't like the colors. It's not dreamy enough, but then I also want it dark. But in my imagination, the dreaminess is really light. But I don't want that. So I'm just gonna paint, and I don't like this green. This shade of green, I'm not into it. Alright, that's fine for now. I want to put detail on the stairs, as in lighting. I don't think I want it white. I'm thinking off-white. Well, there's a wasp in here. And it's a huge one, but I think maybe I'll just open a door and it'll go out. I think that's what it wants with its life. Alright, bro got close, but he kind of missed the door. I'll just go back to painting. Oh, did that just pause on me? Low battery. I thought this was lighting, and it's not, it's paint. And you can very clearly see it. So I have a problem. And I'm gonna go put my phone to charge, so you might miss this. Right. It's taking shape. I still don't like this, and this should not be together, but this and this should. I'm talking about colors. All today I was thinking like, I want chocolate dip. I should go make some. And then I was like, oh, like not straight away. I'll do the first half an hour. And then I kept being like, no, I'll do the next half an hour. I was just enjoying painting today. Overall, it's just a fun activity. Look at it go. Time to paint. Still not liking the color scheme as we left off yesterday. I think I'll brighten up the trees and the stairs today. Right. I think I'll feel differently when I step back from it, but I'm kind of like, oh, it's a bit cartoony. It's not depth enough. And in time, I'll be adding more black, so that's going to change. But I'm thinking Stop with the trees for now because I want to put like foreground. I want vines everywhere. So I'm going to work on the steps. Also, this reminds me of that character from I can't House of the Moving Square. I will put the character here. I just had a power nap, so I'm definitely mental blanking on everything. House of the Moving... whatever. The concept has reformed itself. So I did this for giggles, and then I was like, you know how AI sucks at making art? It doesn't make art, by the way. It makes images. Just want to correct everyone out there. It's fucking images and pictures it's making. Not art. So I want to mock AI art, the fucking images, by the time it gets up to here. So this is all going to be swirly nonsense. I will be putting a horse up here, like a really majestic looking one. And so it's kind of like, don't walk up the stairs. There's not reality up there. You're not learning shit. So that's the new concept. Same concept, slightly different. Time's up for today, I guess. But I just want to get some shading in. I really want it to be dreamy. I don't think you really quite get how nicely these shimmer. I want to capture this part of it. How do I don't know if I can even get this on camera. It looks great. Somehow, somewhere, in the water. A new day. So there's something I'm probably not really going to be able to get rid of. You can see that. There, we see it the most. There's the bird silhouette. I don't like the swirls, but I also don't like AI images. So it's kind of like, oh, I'm incorporating something I don't like. Of course I'm not going to like it. Yeah, not sure what the plan is today. Just paint. I need a goal. I'll just paint. Right, now that I'm actually sitting down, the goal is darkness here. I need some definition. Like, what the fuck is this? This is not, I would not walk on that if I saw that in real life. I'd be like, I'm gonna fall. And vines in the front. I'm gonna change this to red because of that massacre where they drank the Kool-Aid. So it's like, don't drink the Kool-Aid. And then up here is gonna be the glow. Oh, I have instant regret. It's so red. Let's make it orange Kool-Aid. Yellow is not, no. Oops, fuck. Well, let's just see how this works out. I like to use this brush, but that's my favorite. And this artwork's just not special enough. It just doesn't make the cut. Yellow doesn't look that bad. Warm yellow, like a really warm yellow. Swap. I'm rage quitting on the stairs for today. I would step on these, but I wouldn't, I'd just, I'd like a rope to make sure what I'm stepping on. I've just had a moment. I looked up and I was like, there is so much of my style in that, like the way the water's made. And I was trying to do realism here, but not really. I was trying to make the waves look the way that subtle waves in a water, like not really, not wave, you get what I mean. But I was like, wait a second, no, that's not the whole point of my artworks. You want that in there. So now I'm doing that in there. Done for the day. It's getting fun and exciting. I just didn't record all the details because my phone was over there. It's low on battery, so I was like, I'll slide it over there. I'll go charge it now. Backing up my artwork videos. There are memes about the Somalian Learning Center. And I'm noticing, it's like no director would do this. And it's a joke that people are like putting credits saying they directed this AI video, but it's like they move into a new shot and it's always a front on shot as if the main character is a badass. Look at this. How do I mute? See, they're about to move into a front on shot. It's always a front on shot and it looks terrible. There, front on shot. Aerial shot. These are not, if you were an actual front on shot, if you were an actual director, you would have it on the side, watching them walk. They wouldn't be walking towards the camera every single time. And like in that conversation, their little meeting hub, it would have been, you know, at least like that 70s show. These are terrible angles. And it makes me wonder, are people putting prompts into AI and not specifying the angles? Because a director would. And it makes me wonder, like a director wouldn't do that. But what would they do if they were prompting? I think it's gonna die like Vines died. Look at this. These AI things are so Shutter Island.
That's all due to Dr. Colley. He's created something really unique here. It's a hospital for people outside the norm.
It's so Shutter Island. Wait, let me zoom. Not that. That. AI all over that. Who directed this? Oh, okay, Martin Scorsese. I should have known that. But my generation doesn't know this movie. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if AI was trained on his work. But that was a creepy shot. It's not like all the shots are creepy. And he did it intentionally. AI is not doing it intentionally. It's creepy, that's what it is. I'm thinking I will put Disney in there somehow. And that would be easy with the layout because Disney did a study, I think it was Disney or Pixar, on when animations first came out, and they started making them like big-eyed and everything because people were really put off by the fact that they looked realistic. They were like, oh, no, it's not a human, and we can tell even though it looks realistic. We don't like it. People hate Uncanny Valley. They hate it by nature. So I'm thinking maybe I'll look up that study specifically. Next day. I think I'm getting there. So these are bird flowers. And then here I put a reminder to paint a horse that drips down. A little bit fantastical. Not the biggest fan, but I want to make it so that like at least I look at it in a few years and I'm like, oh, okay, good. Unless it sells. It could very possibly sell, and then I won't get a chance to look back at it and be like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I was throwing my brush around and I think I fucked it. It landed like that. Damn it. It lasted a long time. I think I bought these in 2023 because I bought them for this artwork. And I think that's a 2023 artwork, like late 2023. But in general, the fact that I accidentally purposely destroyed it, it didn't get destroyed through beautiful artwork making, that lasted a very long time. Nope, the brush lives on. Look at this nice fine line I've got. Oh fuck, it wasn't even focused. Let me try again. Right, I've done a few hours of work that you can't tell that I've done, and I've decided, okay, so same as the original concept but entirely different. So these are gonna be books, and one bird drank the Kool-Aid and is all like, oh, look at me, because I saw dodo wings and they are so goddamn funny. So it's gonna be here being like, I'm flying. It's like, no man, you didn't do the work. So these are gonna be books, and I just need that dodo to dry. Nearly done. I was just thinking deeply because I applied for this art competition thing, which I don't know if it's rigged. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, and I was thinking like all these fucking dumbasses calling themselves AI artists. Compete, please. Get in the ring with me. Come on, pick up a brush. We know you suck. All right, this white. I put oil in my titanium white, so it wouldn't dry out when I was gone, so I think that might be the culprit here. Not gonna wrap that up today. The white's just a bit opaque. So I've got my birds coming in. I want to show some sort of action to convey somehow that some birds are flying into the Kool-Aid and others are like, no, fuck that, let's just go away. So this guy's gonna be like, all right, landing bird. I like painting landing birds. I haven't been recording the past 2 days, I think. A little bit. Because I was too busy being like, fuck recording, I'm just gonna paint. Oops. Yeah, this is how it's going. I think it's looking a little magical because I've been putting like this brush. I've just been smudging the white around and be like, look, it looks magical. And this guy looks happy. And then after a little while, because he knocked off the other one, I realized that it's kind of like this guy's running to him. They're going to have a happy hug. I'm done. Right, so this happens, it cracked here and here, oh, and here a little bit. I could fill it with paint, but it's gonna be way more noticeable because then I'd have to actually just redo everything. Because, you know, I described this in one of my shorts or this artworks video that it's important to mix your own colors because they never turn out the exact same. So that's why. Like I could get it really close, but no. Yeah, look at the artwork. That's because, I don't think I even said that out loud. It's because I went and YOLO'd a little bit in Europe between starting this and finishing it. Yeah. I like how this concept fell apart and then came back together. It looks more fun this way. By the way, because I put so much detail here, it's unlikely that I'm putting this in one of my coloring in books, but I might. It would just be hell for all of us. Even though the outcome would be great, it would probably be like a 6-hour coloring page. I don't know, unless you just do what the 12-year-olds do and just... Done. My phone finally made it back from holidays, so I hope you like this footage. Look at it go. I'm yet to figure out the 4K. Yep, here we go. Okay, so here's what's going on. Executed the books. They're here. It's just different to the front on being like too little, so little. And then this guy, I think I told you, he's all like happy. He's happy jumping up to this guy. They're gonna have a happy hug. And then, so these are the flowers from The Essence of Freedom, the artwork that I made. They're like flowers, but they turn into birds. Yes. And then so some of them are like, let me just fly free into the Kool-Aid. They drink it and then go, I am a genius. And then they skip reading the books and turn into a dodo bird. Which is interesting because the dodo bird wasn't actually stupid. It was just too sheltered, like it didn't have any predators. So when it came around, it was like happy hugging to the people and they're like, we're gonna eat you. And probably all the other predators that the humans brought. Yeah, this is the artwork. Haha, all the detail. Oh my god, this phone is so much easier to hold. Oh well, I'll also show you the back. I think, yeah, not many hand marks on this one. I'm yet to put my QR code on it. Go to my website, buy my art. Actually, you know what? I'm also holding this because I was just recording something for my other channel, but you should buy my coloring book. Wait, I might as well just advertise this for a moment. If you want to create an artwork yourself, you should buy my coloring book because the pages are designed. This is my idea. This is how I did this. I made the lines really light. I haven't seen another coloring in book like this. And I started in 2019 actually, and I'll release them in 2020. So if you see another coloring in book that didn't incept before mine, yeah, when you're done with the artwork, it looks like you drew it. And you can train up your left hand. This is how I trained up my left hand with my coloring in book series. Anyway, check it out. Check it out. I like it. And this part makes me angry, but it's kind of like, well, wasn't that my goal anyway? To put like, oh, this is what AI would do? Like, yeah. So these guys, happy hugging. Yeah, happy with that. And I love the detail on this. I think it was well executed, but it's not my favorite. That one's my favorite flow state, but I also have other favorites sold. But that's where I'm at. It's kind of like, it's not S tier for me, but it's almost. If the other ones didn't exist, it would be. Ish. That's how I feel about this. I'm also not up for painting green in my next artwork. So, yes, I'm up for painting blue. And I'm going to start it right now. Oh, buy my art.